Hey friends, welcome back to Crusty Cranks, where we make baits and paint lures and do all that fun stuff. Alright, cool. Today, so I thought I'd go ahead and bring you along. I already started doing some of these, and for one, I'm doing what's called a fire stick. And these are my cherry red and orange laminates. Alright, and I thought since we just did the fire crawl crankbait, and then we did the fire crawl chatterbait or bladed jig, I thought we need some trailers too. So I started doing some fire sticks and some trailers. So I thought I'd bring you along while I mixed these last 2 cups up and just show you what my mix was. All right, so and we'll shoot a few and I'll show you some of my finished ones. Okay, so for this color, I'm only using 2 colors. Actually, I'm going to use 1 drop of black in it, just to deepen it up a little bit. But for the red, I'm using Jan's Netcraft. This is cherry red. All right, just red 008. All right, so we're going to put about 30 drops of that in there. I want a nice deep dark red, and I'll put these down in the description. Everything is to mix to 1 cup. I always do 1 cup. That way it's easy for you to get the drop count, and really kind of you just want a deep red. So if you miss your count or whatever, you know, you can always adjust it a little bit. But these are pretty, these are not really transparent, so it's going to be a nice deep red. So we got the red in there, 30 drops. You might go 40. It just depends on what you're using, but just use a nice red. That Jan's Netcraft is kind of thick. And then for the orange, I'm using M&F Plastisol Safety Orange. All right, so we'll put, because we know MF colors are a little thin, we're going to put about 30 drops of that in there to start off with. And the only one we're going to put any flake in is the red, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. All right, so let me mix these up. Have your 2 knives so you don't contaminate your colors. And I want a nice deep orange. And we're going to put the black flake in the red, because I want to show you that when you're pouring laminates, it's important to make sure that you get the right temperature when you shoot. You can't, trust me, I found this out from experience. You can't just heat 2 colors up to 340, 350 degrees, throw them in your dual injector, and then shoot baits, because what's going to happen in this particular case, they just turned out red, because the red, the darker color, is always going to take over what the lighter color is. So with it being a red and an orange, yeah, that's what happens. It turns red. All right, so we got a nice deep red here, and then we're going to put a little black flake in it, because the black flake, and this is just a little quick tip that I like to do, and when I'm starting out, especially if I want to mix 2 colors and I don't know how they're going to react to each other or how they're going to blend, I'll put black flake in just 1 of them. And then if I like everything's going good and the colors are looking good, 3, 4, and this is about 1/8 of a teaspoon, so I always do 4, starting off with 4 black flake, medium black flake. But when you if you do it this way, it will tell you if your colors are bleeding together, because you'll have black flake in your orange, and you'll know. And not only, even if it's just a little bit, you'll be able to tell if your 2 colors are running together. At least that's a little trick I do. It helps me. And once I get my temperature, you know, which I know what it is now because I've been shooting these for a while. But if you're just learning how to shoot laminates with dual injector, You know, it's a good little tip. Just playing around, and you don't even have to mix a whole cup. Just do like a half a cup or a quarter of a cup, just till you get to figure out your temperature times and all that stuff. And then you can tell when your colors, how your colors are running together. Okay, especially if you're doing two really complementary colors. If them two colors run together a little bit, it's kind of hard to tell. So, all right, let me reheat this up, get this nice and warm, so I can bring it down to the temperature that I want. And that's why, so I can show you guys how I do it. And this is your friend right here, this little gun. So we're at 340, and we're at 350 over here on the red. But once I stir it up, it'll probably come down a little bit. I've been shooting these around 300 to 90, and they've been coming out really good. If I got it a little bit hot, it would just get a little bit of contamination. So you just kind of got to zero in on your equipment. You know, everybody's mileage varies, but yeah, we ain't gonna need no black in that one. This is looking perfect. I think the other one I mixed a little light, so I put a couple drops of black in it and it darkened it up. But this is looking perfect. All right, but so yeah, you just gotta get to where you know your equipment and how it's working and what combination works best for you. Right now I'm at 340 still, and this one's a little lower. So I'm gonna stick this one back in for about 10 seconds, kind of get it up. I try to keep them both, but when you're heating 2 cups of plastic at a time, your times are a little different. So, you know, that microwave might not be heating them equally. So sometimes you might have to stick the lowest one back in there for 10 seconds just to get it up. Get it up a little bit, and then let them come down together. That's probably the biggest challenge of doing these laminates, is getting your temperatures, getting your plastic at the same temperatures. Because like 10 seconds can put one way overboard, and then you're waiting forever. This one's probably gonna be a little hot now. It's at about 340, and this one's at 296. This one here is perfect right now. This red's a little hot, so what's going to happen is the red is going to bleed into the orange because it's so hot. So sometimes just stirring it up a little bit, getting a little air in there, will bring the temperature down a little bit. It's a battle sometimes until you figure out what you're. Okay, we're still at 290 there. We're at 320 here. Okay, I'm gonna give this one about 5 seconds just to bring it back up. Once I get it going with a cup, it seems like I can stick them both in there at the same time, and they'll stay pretty close. But getting that initial temperature when you mix up your first cup, at least for me, and I'm just talking about me, I know a lot of guys shoot these all the time, and you know, they've already got their system down that works for them. But yeah, that's the big part, is just getting that temperature the same. All right, we're at 320, 310. You got to kind of keep mixing this too, just to make sure that you're getting that bottom heat off of there. And then take a reading again. It's 320. Like I said, once I get it, 325. So they're both pretty close. They're really close. They're within 5 degrees of each other, and that's what I'm shooting for. So we're in the 320s. Still going to be a little hot to probably shoot it, but by the time I get everything ready to suck up in there, we should be good. I got my little dual injector from Do It, and it's a 6 ounce or so. Definitely wanting to upgrade to a bigger, more productive dual injector, but for this one, it's just been working fine. Feels pretty hot. These might not turn out. I might have to do another one. It might be a little too hot. All right, and I'm gonna shoot this little Craw. This little HDX Craw, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that after I shoot this real quick before it closes up on me. Okay, so this little Craw from Bass Tackle, I like to buy these single molds. If they have a single mold, I'll buy a single mold first. Try it out, see if I like the shape of the bait and the style of the bait. And then what I usually do is I'll buy a mold with more cavities. This little HDX Craw, I just got it. It's a 3-inch HDX Craw, and I really kind of like it. Especially for trailers, I think it's going to be really good. So let's see what it looks like, how it turned out. Probably could have let it cool a little longer, but I think we're looking good. Okay, so there's the red, and you can see I got it marked top and bottom, so that way I know my red's on top and I know my orange is on the bottom. So I helps me make sure I get the right color in the right spot. I'm definitely going to get a multi-cavity mold of this, and I'm probably going to get the bigger one too. They have another HDX Craw, but there's the red and there's the orange. What a heck of a trailer that's going to be on that chatterbait or that bladed jig we just created. Yeah. All right, let's see what the fire sticks look like. Let me put this on the tray. Save your sprues because you can turn them into reds. Yeah, you can throw a little red in that orangey red sprue, and then you'll have a nice red to make some red baits out of. Since it's spring, everybody's going to want red. And at some point, I'm going to invest in a hydraulic clamp, because these nuts and bolts get to be a pain after a while. All right, let's see what the fire craw looks like. Fire stick, I mean. Oh, wow. Turned out better than I expected. I thought it was a little hot. But there we go. Got a red on one side and orange on the other. This is where I was saying about the glitter. If you get your flake in there and you start seeing this thing's all full of flake and not smooth on one side, you know you got to work on your temperatures a little bit. Plus, it could be the mold that you're shooting too. These stick molds are perfect for laminates because of the way the sprue goes down and the fluid goes in, shoots two, and fills up the next two, fills up the next two all at once. So it makes for a good mold for a laminate. The same way with that little Craw. And beaver molds, you know, it just depends on the layout of your mold. All right, there's my 4-inch fire sticks. I'm gonna finish out these cups. I'll show you a few that I've done, and show you a few other baits that I did with the same color. But this is our fire crawl and our fire stick 4-inch stickos. Okay, friends, here we are. Finished fire crawl, fire sticks, and trailers, fire crawl trailers. I think these are going to look awesome on our fire crawl chatters that we just did. But yeah, I really like the way these turned out. Now, I probably could have went a little deeper on the red now that I see it out here in the sunlight, but that's why I like to bring these baits outside and show you. And I apologize for the wind. It's always windy around here unless it's midsummer, 95, 98 degrees out. There's no breeze. But most of the time we always got a breeze, so it's a little challenging. I'm sitting here trying to get these in between wind gusts, but I really wanted you to see them outside. For only doing a couple different laminates so far, I'm really happy with these. Like, I probably could have went a little deeper on the red for sure, I think. But yeah, they turned out really good. I tried to turn them over so you could see each side. But Yeah, these are gonna look awesome, man. Especially these little crawls. I love these little HDX crawls. This is the mold by Bass Tackle, HDX crawl. I'm gonna probably get the bigger size, and I'm probably gonna get the claw tip mold and do some different color claw tips. But yeah, I'm real happy with the way they turned out. I think they're gonna be awesome. I know I'll probably sell a bunch of, especially these little crawls. I know I'll probably sell some of those. But yeah, can't wait to get out there. Getting itchy to get out here and start throwing some baits around, getting some footage for you guys. Try to do a lot more fishing this year using the baits and showing you that, you know, that they catch fish. So I hope you guys enjoy that part of it too. But enjoy making a mix of different baits for you. Hopefully you're picking up some new stuff. And yeah, I appreciate all the new subscribers we're getting. Man, channel's growing good. I'm really happy with it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up so YouTube gets us out there for more people to enjoy the videos. But I'm going to keep bringing them to you guys. I appreciate it. Always remember, stay crusty, my friends.